Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AussieVerse live chat number 14. I am OmniBeau, joined by Mark Grodd Watson, and we're here with you again for the comic book news. If you do like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel so that we can get to the 400 subscriber giveaway, where one lucky winner will be getting a $100 Amazon gift card. All of our designs, our editing, our thumbnails is all done by A51 Design, so you can hit up on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, you can also hit us up there at AussieVerse_comics_collectors. Mark, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. Yep, just another Monday, and let's excited to talk some comic news. I haven't really kept up to date this weekend with comic news, so excited to dig into it and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, it has been a slow week. I don't know if it's the bad turn of weather down in Melbourne where you just stop caring a little and you're more hibernated and you just want to get home or whatnot. But I certainly don't have heaps of topics to talk about, so I'm sure there's other things we can. But look, I don't know about you, but first bit of business that I'd like to talk about was we had Comic-Con down here in Melbourne.
Yes, and you went. I did not, unfortunately. I'm going to Supernova in Sydney next weekend, so I didn't want to do two in a row. But yeah, how was it?
Yeah, actually, it was really good. I'm quite surprised because I've grown pretty bored of them in the last few years, and I was hesitant to go, but I went with Steve Roberts, who's been on the show, one of your mates as well. So
Yeah.
I don't know why I came as if you don't know him. So yeah, no, it was really good. It was packed. It was so packed, which was very surprising as well. But there was a lot of great stuff, a lot of good stuff, a lot of stuff that you normally do see, but a few new things too. And the artists there were absolutely killer. They were amazing. So much art there. I just couldn't believe it. So yeah, it was a shame you weren't there, but I can certainly understand why you weren't going if you're going on another one next weekend.
But yeah, I did. At the last minute, I was thinking, oh, maybe I should just go check it out. But yeah, I said I'll see a bit next weekend. But yeah, it's good to hear that it's back because I'm the same as you. It's gone a bit missing. That's probably why I wasn't like, oh, I've got to go this year. Because the last couple of years, but has been COVID, so it's been a bit, not as many people go. But yeah, it's I don't mind the setup that they usually do in the exhibition centre, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and you went the Sunday, which is usually a quieter day, so it's pretty impressive. They've still got a good crowd.
I haven't gone to a Sunday in God, I don't even know when. It's usually always Saturday. So yeah, but you wouldn't have known it was a Sunday. It was busy as.
Yeah, I guess long weekend helps it out as well. Like people go, we've got the next day off, so we can go Sunday, but we can drive into the city. And weather didn't keep people away because it's been very, very miserable here in Melbourne for it feels like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I just keep saying to myself it's going to be the next 4 months because it pretty much is here in Melbourne, but we're used to it by now. One of the things that I was surprised about with Comic-Con was there was quite a few things I wanted to buy, and usually that's the last few years hasn't been the case. Usually it's I'm just spending money because I've got to buy something. This year I did pick this up, which I was really happy with. This Venomized Captain America.
Wow, that looks really cool, man. Yeah, that looks awesome.
They had a Doctor Strange one as well, but this one was just killer. I loved that.
Yeah.
And I picked up a couple of books. I picked up, I think it was volume 4 of Sinestro, which I never finished buying, and I never even read because I was waiting to get it all. And now I can read it because that's all of it. And I bought Ed Brubaker's, is it Criminal or Reckless?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll start with that. And that was it, man. It was very choosy.
Everybody always talks about those series. They're awesome and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind to pick them up one day too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things that was a bit annoying was some of the stands didn't have um, EFT. They could only take cash, and I only had my card on me. And I went to two different stands and two different places that I fully intended to buy stuff, and they were quite close to each other as well. And the first one, I said, "Okay, look, I'll go find an ATM and I'll come back." I went and saw the second stand. Second stand said the same thing, and I went, "All right, I better go find an ATM." I went searching high and low. They kept saying it was down that way, down that way, down that way, but it was like a good 10 minutes that I was walking, and I eventually just gave up. So yeah, I just didn't buy a couple of things.
That's
That I
just,
was gonna get.
that's just astonishing to me. Like I get it in ways. I mean, like you're only just there to pick up a few extra dollars, and you don't sort of take that technology with you. But this day and age, no one carries cash. You're going to lose a lot of business, unfortunately, because that's just the way it is. I can't remember. Maybe sometimes I have a 20 in my wallet, but other than that, I'd never have cash on me at all. And
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't be as keen as you. Whether you go, I'll go to the ATM machine. I'd look for like 10 minutes for the ATM machine. If it wasn't nearby, I'd just keep on walking.
yeah,
But, yeah, it's amazing. I went to I think it was like a park, concert. It was just a band that was just doing regular songs or whatever. And it was just in a park. It was for free. I went with a family, and they had a sausage sizzle there that was done by the Girl Scouts, and they still had FPOS like on a phone, and it's just the way it goes because that sausage sizzle was $2.50 for a sausage, and nobody had cash, and they had cards, so it's just the way it is. I mean, like you wouldn't think even setting up for a sausage sizzle that you would need to get the card sort of thing, but that's just the way it is now. So yeah, it is surprising. So no,
well, it's taught me a lesson. At least moving forward, when I go to Comic Cons, I'll have some sort of cash on me. It's just I never know what I'm going to spend, and I'm not a fan of pulling out cash when I'm not going to necessarily need it. But anyway, it's a small problem, I guess, really. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed myself. It was really good, and it was I recommend it.
Cool.
What have you been doing this week, or should we just get into the comic book news? Take your pick.
Yeah, no, I've been just work and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll get into the news, man.
All right, my
Get
friend,
into
take
the
it away.
things. So I'll start off with we haven't talked about. I know it was announced a while ago, but the Daredevil TV show is going to go ahead and confirmed by Disney. But they have also said it's going to be a bit of a softer version. So I'm not 100% sure what that means. It obviously means it's not going to be as violent, but I'm not sure what route they're going to. Does that mean the Netflix TV shows count as canon? Or are they just going to do the actors and just reboot it all?
I would assume that it means it's going to continue from the Netflix. However, it's definitely not going to be as dark and gritty, And in saying that, though, Disney can go quite violent and dark enough. I think if they really want to. I mean, look at Moon Knight and a couple of other things. I really wouldn't be that worried. I think it's the people that just really want to crack the shits about things and aren't patient enough to crack the shits when there's something to crack the shits over, that are going to be the ones cracking the shits. So yeah, just chill and wait for it.
Yeah, 100%. Look, Daredevil's the one where it doesn't need to be extra violent. Now, if it was the Punisher, we got a different conversation. But Daredevil, just a little bit extra, a little bit less blood when he punches somebody. That's all it's going to mean, basically. And Fisk won't be as brutal sometimes, but he's still going to be brutal. I 100% agree. I'm just happy that they're just going ahead with it. Same sort of cast, same sort of storyline. I'm all for it. To be honest, I was so excited. I was excited even to see him in Spider-Man. Spoilers, it's been out for a while now, so that's on you. if you haven't. But I was excited to see Matt Murdock in Spider-Man. So yeah.
Well, Disney have also recently released a parental lock on their Disney Plus. So, and that was because of the Netflix shows that came as well. So, if they're going to do that, I don't see why they would make it 2G rated. So again, I really wouldn't worry. If you could dress for any comic for Halloween, what character would you go as? Well, mate, for me, straight up, that would be Venom. If I could pull off a sick looking Venom that was like, half my face, or I don't know, man. And I've seen some that have been really amazing. But yeah, that'd definitely be my pick. What about you, Mark?
Yeah. Thanks, Steve, for your comment. How you doing, buddy? I would do Captain Cold.
Yeah.
I would find a Captain Cold jacket. I would find the glasses. I think I'd look good in a Captain Cold suit. I think I sort of have the similar jaw. I reckon I'd pull off a good Captain Cold.
You know what, man? I think the hardest thing would be getting those glasses. That shouldn't be too hard at all. I reckon that'd be a good one.
Swimsuit. Yeah, no. I'm seeing the glasses for sale. It's hard to get in the Parker. I kind of like the short sleeves Parker, the one that he had the new 52. I like that better. But the old school Parker that he wears is, it doesn't look good on anyone, really.
Yeah, but is it about looking good, or is it about looking comic book accurate?
Exactly. I'm happy to look comic book accurate. I'll find it.
There's nothing wrong with also doing what you could envision as what it'd look like in a movie. You do your own look. I reckon that's pretty cool too. But yeah, man, that's a good question. I think one of the easiest ones to do would be the hood. Just a red hood.
Yep.
Just go get a Red Riding hood and dye it down a little so it's not as bright red.
Cool. I've seen a few costumes up on like sites like Wish and stuff like that. The actual costumes that like pretty much replicas of the Green Arrow TV series. Like he had a few cool suits in that one. And they were like $200. And I've seen a few of them and go, they kind of look worth it because they do look pretty good and legit.
Yeah. It's funny because I've got a full-on Spider-Man costume. And a couple of my mates are like, why didn't you wear this to Comic-Con? And the simple truth is because there's what you have, what's called reality Spider-Man, which is when you put yourself in that costume, what you're looking at isn't reality and what you're expecting. So, I do like I'm a little jealous of the children that get those costumes with the fake muscles. I remember when they first came out, I was walking around, I was about, 25, and I'm like, man, I would have loved that as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh God, why did I highlight that one? Thank you. I'm gonna read the comments before putting them up. All right, before that makes me go around, I'm going straight to another bit of news, and that is, did you watch Masters of the Universe on Netflix? The Kevin Smith He-Man cartoon.
Bits and pieces, but no, I'm not a Masters of Universe person. I do watch bits and pieces.
Shame on you. Well, I love it. And they've announced a follow-up now, Revolution. So I am pumped for that to come out. They didn't have a release day or estimate or anything, but still, that's coming. I'm happy, and I'm sure other He-Man fans will be happy too.
What do you think of it? Honest opinion, the Kevin Smith version.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I mean, a lot of people hated it or were giving it shit because it was so Teela-centric and not very He-Man-centric. And I understand that point, but my argument against that was always, this is the first season. Just chill out. Plus, it wasn't like He-Man wasn't in it. It was in another. Look, yeah, I don't know, man. I loved it. There was a couple of surprises in there. I won't say in case people haven't seen it. That really were a bit of a shocker. But yeah, really, really good.
Yeah. Well, the episodes that I watched, I really enjoyed. I reckon the episodes that I watched about 2 or 3. and He-Man wasn't in it at all. And to be honest, it didn't really bother me at all. Like I said, not being a fan of it, but I was just, the story was good enough. It was creative enough. So
the art was amazing too, man.
yeah,
Some of those fight scenes. The other one was they made another He-Man Netflix show. I don't know if you ever saw that one, and it looks horrible. It just I saw like the first 15 minutes and I just couldn't do it, man. Just couldn't
makes a
do
difference.
it.
Makes a difference.
Yeah. All right, your turn.
Yeah. So obviously the boys has come out, and it's a very big talking point, and they have been renewed for a season 4 already. So yes, so we're all excited about that, and how are you liking so far season 3? And obviously, how excited are you for season 4? And what do you expect to come?
I'm always expected for more. I've only seen the first episode of the latest season, and man, was that a great episode! There's something in particular that I think everybody's going to be talking about for a long time to come. And yeah, if that was the first episode, then boy, am I looking forward to more. I'm definitely. I might even start watching it again after what we're doing here. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'm the 3 episodes in. I think the 4th one dropped Friday, didn't it? So I have yet to watch that. But yeah, 100% right. In the first episode, anybody that hasn't seen it yet, you will get very firmly what the tone's going to be like in the first 10 minutes. So and this is basically when I was watching it, because there is a scene that's, as Bo said, is going to be famous forever. I mean, like, there's memes out there that if people haven't watched it, they won't get. But if you have, you know exactly what they're talking about. So, yeah, I was watching and I'm going, all right, I know what I'm getting myself into now. And, yeah,
I've
loved it.
With that.
Hmm?
I hadn't even thought about the memes that are going to come from that scene.
Yeah, so it was, I'm not minding it. Again, Billy the Butcher, shout out to Carl Urban. He's just killing.
He's great,
isn't he? He's so interesting as a character. I'm just basically watching for that character for 10 seasons, I reckon.
Yeah. Have you seen the cartoon?
I have yet not seen the cartoon, so yeah.
Good. Go check that out.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm being honest, I haven't finished it myself. I've got about a couple of episodes left, but it is absolutely amazing. You have got to check it out. Diabolical, I believe it's called.
Yep. Nice. What have we got next?
Thunderbolts movie.
Yep.
Did you hear about the rumors going on with that one?
I have. They've given the project to somebody. I cannot for the life of me remember, but
I first read it and said, "Yep, okay." When I read it from a couple of sources, then I'll believe it, because the last thing I want to do is post about it and get all excited, and it's bullshit. No, I did see it a couple of other places, and yeah, I guess I'm surprised, because I got used to Marvel always letting us know in some grand fashion when new projects are coming, whether it be at, the D21 Expo or whatever it's called, or a Marvel Expo or a Comic-Con, or some sort of video package, something, So for me to just read an article on Facebook or somewhere about a new Marvel movie coming that I haven't heard is confirmed anywhere else, I'm always going to be sus on it and be like, yeah, okay, let's see. But no, it's coming. So that is awesome. I've been dying for Thunderbolts for a long, long time. It is such a shame they're doing it after the passing, though, of William Hurt, Thunderbolt Ross, because no doubt he would have been a bit of a part in it, I think.
Yeah, he would have been probably the main part, wouldn't he? Of it's been speculated for a while now, and I'm the same as you. I'm surprised that they've just announced it. It's just come out and we're having Thunderbolts. I mean, like, after Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier and all that movie, Black Widow and stuff like that, everybody started speculating because we had Valerie in there, and just then all of a sudden they're piecing it together apparently. So, and have you heard of what the people's rumors of what the roster is going to be like?
I've been hearing rumors about a roster for years now, and it always seems to be whatever villain has not died, and you could imagine as part of some sort of espionage Suicide Squad like team, and that seems to be Ghost from Ant-Man.
You got Zemo.
Say,
You got Zemo, Barry Zemo, Paramount Zemo.
right? Okay, yep. Baron Zemo, Abomination.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one more that I feel like I'm.
Taskmaster.
Yes, Taskmaster. But I'm also thinking about Bad Captain America. God damn it.
Oh, US agent.
US agent. I was blanking on his name so badly.
Yeah, and Yelena too is going to be. Is heavily rumored. Yelena Bogvich.
So I doubt that we're right about every single one of those characters, because otherwise that's a big team. You'd imagine it to have maybe 5 people on us. How many people? Well, actually, then again, Suicide Squad had quite a few, didn't it?
Yeah. But these are big characters. It's not like when the first Suicide Squad movie came out, you had Slipknot and you kill him in the first 10 minutes or something like that. Or these are big name characters. So yeah, you're right. It'll be hard to swing them all in the one movie because they're all big pieces as well. But yeah, I fully expect the US agent to sort of kind of be the leader, and like Zemo to sort of, be the smart guy, and I reckon he'll steal the show because he's really good.
I honestly don't know how they're going to do it, because I highly doubt they're going to go down the comic book route, which is they're going to go and pretend to be superheroes.
Yep.
Right? Which, if they do, I think is really cool. I think it'll be really, really cool if they did a trailer that had a new Avengers-like team, and they looked like the Thunderbolts, I guess, from the original. And we as viewers automatically know this is bullshit and it's the Thunderbolts. I still think it would be really cool to see that in a movie, but I just doubt they're going to do that though. I just reckon they'll make it like Suicide Squad,
I think so. It's going to be like a task force. So, and Valerie's going to green light it. What's that?
Which I think is a shame.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Thunderbolts too much, but I know that they are the Suicide Squad of Marvel. But it's usually led by Hawkeye, isn't it? Though most of the time.
No, it has been. So after the Thunderbolts initially debuted, and they had their however many issue run, I believe it was the second volume of Thunderbolts, maybe the third, but I think it was the second, where Hawkeye then led them, and they changed the title as well, I think, to Hawkeye and the Thunderbolts. And years later, Hawkeye came back again. But yeah, no, there's been a long period of time where Hawkeye's had nothing to do with them.
Yeah, and plus Winter Soldier's been in there a few times.
Yeah, Luke Cage has led them. I mean, you've had all sorts of different, but obviously the classic Thunderbolts, which again, are they going to do the classic Thunderbolts in a movie? Because that would be, Citizen V, Baron Zemo, Screaming Mimi, which is, what do I do this to myself? I make myself look stupid and forget everybody's names. Anyway, Songbird, Moonstone, you've got Beetle, Spider-Man villain Beetle, that becomes Mac 2, then Mac 3, 4, 5. And the Giant Man, what was it? Atlas?
Okay.
I think it was Atlas as well. I think that was the original team.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah.
But it's obviously changed.
Yeah. So now we'll stick to Marvel. So Miss Marvel TV show, first episode came out, and it's got surprisingly good sort of backlash, and like not backlash, but positive reviews. And to be honest, to me, I went with no expectations.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't the prime target of audience. So I just went in just going, I'll just put it on. And I found it quite enjoyable. Like, it had funny bits in it. I thought the art, as she's sort of narrating, and the art is in it, and I thought it was pretty cool. I think it was all pretty well done. It's just not targeted for people like me and you, Bo, I guess. But I think for what it was, I think it was pretty. It was surprising. That's what I guess what I'm trying to say. It was good.
I think you've summed it up perfectly. There's not much that I can add to that, because I agree 100%. I wasn't really looking forward to it. I was a little, because it's a Marvel show, and I don't care what show it is. If it's Marvel, I'm always going to look forward to it. But I wasn't that keen. I had little expectations, like you just said. And yeah, I walked away pleasantly surprised. Now I'm more keen to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested. Guess I'm drawn in. I'm interested to see how it goes on and how they're going to introduce her. I thought the acting was, again, surprisingly good, because these are, well, I guess no names, are they?
Yeah.
Basically, and I thought they were pretty funny. They all had their sort of their tropes, and the parents were great, and the best friend, the tech guy, was, I thought he was surprisingly good as well. So I'm kind of interested to see where it goes, to be honest.
Do we even know who the villain is in this show?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if we're ever going to get a villain, are we? It just seems like she's just going to. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Yeah.
Oh no, we're definitely going to be getting a villain. We have to get a villain.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that for a self-plug? Talking pop culture. I'll wait for my video that drops on Miss Marvel tomorrow. All right, man.
All right.
Definitely check that out.
We'll shut it off now, and we'll wait till then. Next bit of news, I guess.
Good to see you, Matt.
Yeah, good to see you.
So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I finished Stranger Things, so now I am ready for something new. There is a couple of new shows on Stan that I really want to check out. There's one that's very Children of the Corn looking kind of show, very similar premise, and then there's another one where you drive into a town, and then you can't leave the town, and everybody that's in the town has gone through the same thing as everybody else. They know they can't leave. They don't know why. And then these creatures or something come out at night. And so there's two shows on Stan that I'm dying to watch as well. But, you guys keep making me want to watch Obi-Wan, so I've got to watch that. The Boys and Umbrella Academy comes out soon, yeah?
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't quite finish Umbrella Academy the last season. It sort of, I got halfway through it, and I just sort of like moved on to something else. And you just never get back to it. Like, it's not like I didn't not like it. I loved the first season, so I think it's a good show. But Obi-Wan's great. I am dying every week to watch that. The Boys obviously good, and obviously Stranger Things. I guess we can talk about that. Like,
oh man, those last episodes.
What's that?
Those last two episodes of part one, I loved.
I've loved it all. I like the idea. It's very Nightmare on Elm Street sort of esque.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, Robert Englund's in it, and there's been a reference to Freddy. But yeah.
You just proved that you came into this late, my friend.
Yeah.
We talked all about that, mate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What about? Looks like we've had a few other go-aheads talking about movies. The, the movie they said they'd never do, from the word of the director and the star, Joker 2 is happening. As soon as I remember seeing the interviews with the director, and he was like, "No, I'm never going to do another one." I'm like, "Yeah, you are." He's like, "No, no, we're not." "Yeah, you are." And
Yeah.
yeah, lo and behold, they are. And the other one that seems to be more ahead than we thought before was Deadpool 3.
So yeah, I'm super excited for Deadpool 3. That one was a shock. Like I had no idea that they were even like I knew eventually they'd get to it, but we just hadn't heard any news whatsoever. And Ryan Reynolds is always plugging it here and there, where he's doing the trailer reaction with Korg,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And so that's exciting. And Joker 2. I wasn't 100% sure that would ever go ahead. I guess everybody has a price, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know what they're going to do with Joker 2, but hey, I'm there for it. I didn't mind the first one. I've only watched it once, but I remember liking it a lot. So yeah, what do you think?
I've only seen it once as well, but I remember loving it. I keep meaning to watch it again,
Yeah,
so I probably will. But yeah, I'm rapt that they're making another one, because the second one could just be about anything now. Absolutely anything. They could go in any direction that they want to. So yeah, good something to look forward to. And Deadpool 3, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to break my own rule when it comes to expectations. So I hope Deadpool doesn't let me down. But I have to imagine that after all of this time since Deadpool 2, and how much has changed in the Marvel landscape with Disney and whatnot since Deadpool 2, I have to believe that whatever Ryan Reynolds wants to do, it's taken a long time for them to be sitting down with Disney and work out a way that makes everybody happy to bring Deadpool in. But I believe they've probably had an agreement for a long time. It was just a matter of being able to do it. And I think it's very timeline specific for Marvel. Deadpool has to be introduced here, which means A, B, and C has to come out first, which is what's been happening. So my point is that if the way Deadpool is introduced into the MCU isn't absolutely fantastic and amazing, and is not just like a movie that's just dropped, but like I'm just expecting something that's going to make us really, really laugh, really go wow, and not forget an intro scene like that. To get
yeah,
my point, I'm trying to spit out.
yeah. Well, they've got to turn up a notch, don't they? Because Deadpool's as a character and Ryan Reynolds has the potential to do it. And I guess what you're trying to say as well, like we have faith in that team and that character to bring us something that is going to make us fall off our chairs
Yeah,
laughing. That is going to push boundaries, and it's going to. I'm the same. I try not to get too much hyped, but a Deadpool movie really gets to me. I
yeah.
get excited.
They, they could do so much easy stuff now with bringing Deadpool in. Doctor Strange's timey-wimey spell, or it could be a Deadpool variant from another dimension, or it could be Deadpool with his timeline machine thing that he had at the end of Deadpool 2, where he went back and fixed a few wrongs. He could be the first mutant, like there's just, who knows what the hell they want to do. But I've just got a feeling they're not going to take the easy route. And I've just got a feeling, however Deadpool debuts in the MCU, it's going to be something we're never going to forget. And that's what I'm banking on.
Me too. Me too.
I'm sure it'll still be good.
Yep. Yep. I can't say failing, to be honest. But again, we could be wrong. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. So I guess we move over to DC. The Black Adam trailer just dropped out this week. And so what are your thoughts initially on it? And what are your expectations on it? It's not that far away, I guess. A couple of months, 3 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only thing that can make this movie crap, I think, is The Rock being his own worst enemy, and that is if he acts too much like The Rock and not Black Adam. Because I love The Rock, I think he's just freaking amazing and awesome. But I think a fair statement to say is that he's pretty much always himself in every movie. I think there's only ever been one other movie that I've ever seen him in that he was actually acting a different character. And he was a drug addict, annoying piece of shit in a
Pumping Iron.
Hey?
Is it Pumping Iron, whatever, the one with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, that's it. And I was really surprised at The Rock's role in that film because it did show The Rock can act, which we always knew, but you can doubt his acting ability after so many years when all of his roles are very much the same character, So yes, I am hoping that he's not the people's champion in this film, and he's Black Adam. And if he is Black Adam, then yeah, I think the movie's going to be great. My expectations are very, very over here because I think, judging by the trailer, you can pretty much make out what the whole movie is going to be about anyway. So I'm going to curve it there because I think there's a good way to be, because if it's better, then if it's a bonus. If it's shit, I'm not going to be that disappointed. But if The Rock acts like The Rock, I think this movie, regardless of if it's really, really good, is going to cop some flack for The Rock being The Rock. I hope that makes sense.
Well, he is probably from comic book fans, but we get that we're probably, sometimes we forget that we're probably a very small percentage of the people that are going to go watch this movie, I guess. After seeing it, the preview, my expectations are now reasonably low. I still think it's going to be a good movie. I think it's going to be successful because it's The Rock. He's going to pull the numbers. Even if he acts as The Rock or even as Black Adam, it's going to have star quality to it because of also the other cast members and stuff like that. I think this is a big movie for DC, and I think it's going to be successful. But what am I thinking personally? I think it's, like you said, it's going to be middle tier is what I'm expecting now. I don't expect me to be sit back and going, wow, that was amazing. But hey, I could be wrong, and I hope I am, because DC need this to do well. They need, because obviously I think by the sounds of things, they've put a bit of future in this Black Adam and The Rock playing as him, because The Rock wants to keep playing him.
Yeah.
So yeah, this means a lot to him. So I reckon it's going to be visually great, obviously. Yeah. Just wait and see, I guess. That's all I'm saying. But after watching the preview, yeah, it looks good. But yeah, it didn't blow me away like some previews do.
I think it's fair to say that if this movie isn't at least really good, it's going to be disappointing, because they've been trying to make it for 10 years plus, I mean, you've got to have some kind of expectation for a movie that you've been doing for that long. I mean, it's just like Avatar 2. I'm expecting that to be pretty damn good, because it's taken 15 years or however long it's been. Because otherwise, why would it take so long?
Yeah.
I can understand you've got licensing issues and scheduling conflicts and things like that. Fair enough. But if it's really just a black and white movie, cut and dry, good guy does this, bad guy does that, redemption arc, violence, ending, then I don't know why it would have taken this long. So, I'm hoping.
Yeah, me too. Well, I think we were talking about this over the weekend. It's kind of hard. what their plans are with Black Adam. You can't see it. Like, is he going to be a good guy or bad guy? Because it just doesn't seem to work if he's just full on a good guy.
Yeah.
Or even an anti-hero. I don't think that's going to work that great. But yeah, and that's it's just interesting to me. I'm not 100% sure where they're going to go with this direction, but they obviously have a plan, and they've got the stars because Pierce Brosnan's going to kill it as Dr. Fate, I reckon. So yeah. Oh. The news? Do we have? You reckon?
The news.
Any other news you have? Or?
Yeah. Did you see the Predator trailer?
I had that down as my next one too. Yes, I did. Love the idea. Super excited for it. A bit bummed that I don't get to see it on the big screen. That's my one complaint. But hey, I'll take any Predator on any screen, new or old.
Yeah,
that's me.
So what is it going to be on? Hulu, is it?
I think for us and here in Australia, it's Disney Plus. I think.
Okay. You'd think so, yeah. Still, can't wait.
I guess they don't trust the franchise yet.
I don't think it's about that. I mean, maybe because the last couple, but I think Disney are just picking and choosing what they want because at the end of the day, they want to get subscribers here, but they also want to make money at the movies. So it's about what makes them more money. I don't know. What the hell do we know?
Exactly. It could have been just the whole fact of, hey, we've got an idea, Predator, you guys own it, Disney. Here it is, and go, yeah, sweet. We'll try it out on our streaming and see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be just something as simple as that.
Yeah. Did you ever see that latest Sacha Baron Cohen movie with Borat, where he had the daughter?
No.
Okay. Well, if you're a Borat fan, I suggest you watch it because I think Borat's hilarious and this movie's hilarious. And there was a woman in this movie that I'd never seen before, and she was so funny as Borat's daughter that I started paying attention a bit to her. Anyway, this young lady is going to be cast in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in some undisclosed role. So that makes me believe it's going to be some kind of out there character because I think that's what she's getting a bit known for, this young lady. Her name is Maria Bakalova, I believe. That's how it's pronounced.
Oh, yeah.
That's some Guardians news that's coming out. So that's obviously going ahead nice and on a good trajectory.
Yeah. I'm interested in this Guardians of the Galaxy. So, yeah. So, what character do you think she's going to be?
Wouldn't have a clue when it comes to Guardians and when it comes to James Gunn.
Massive scope, isn't there?
Yeah, man. Who the hell knows? But I just reckon she's not just going to be like an Earth woman. She'll have makeup and all sorts of shit on her. I reckon that was the point that I was getting at.
Yeah.
What about in the Sandman TV show that is coming? They have cast a female as Joanna Constantine, which people were cracking the shits over because of the whole gender swap thing. But I thought she was a character in the comics at one point.
I'm not 100% sure, I know, but it wouldn't surprise me. And, I reckon she looked pretty cool. She had the trench coat, so I looked at her and was going, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, as long as she chain smokes and swears a little bit, I'm fine.
I probably should have done the research before the live show whether she was actually a character before or not. But yeah, I thought she was. But yeah, that's I don't know why this Sandman show is taking so long to come out. In spots it's been on my Netflix Square thing for a good part of a year. saying it's coming.
I honestly forgot about it and just thought it was just never going to happen. And it was just like, you know, like in the back burner, like I didn't even realize it was a thing anymore. But yeah, until this year came along.
I think it's August now.
Okay. And what's it available to? Just
Netflix.
Netflix. Oh, yeah, that'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I better put a reminder on that for me as well now.
Yeah. And before we go, let's have a word from our sponsors with the boys at Comx.
This show is sponsored by the Comx shop. Check out comx.cx for all things Comx and find out what Comx is all about. Then head over to comx.shop to pick up a variety of Australian comics from multiple creators and publishers, all for one flat postage rate. We hope you enjoy the show.
Go check out Comx, where you can support Australian artists, writers, creators, or if you just want to buy some Aussie comics, something that you've seen, you don't know where to get it, go to Comx and they will tell you where to get it, because that is the Australian comic book hub. One flat postage rate as well. Can't beat that. Mark, have you got anything else before we got to go?
Yeah, I had all right, we'll just do a quick conversation closer. So let's say you had a group of 10 friends and you were like playing a video game and it was every comic book character you can choose from. Which character would you choose that you think would be good for a gameplay? Like powers-wise and stuff like that. Who would you choose to do a co-op with a bunch of friends?
Well, I'd obviously choose one of the most powerful guys.
Yeah.
Superman.
Superman, right.
Sentry.
Yeah.
Hyperion.
Yeah, because I remember when the Avengers game came out and I did a few like co-op games with a few of my mates. And I just went Captain America, but whenever you went Thor, it was really easy to play as the Thor. Yeah. Because you could throw the hammer and it would come back to you, and it was super cool to play as Thor, even though I always wanted to go Cap.
Yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed the games more when I was playing as Thor. Man.
What was that? Sorry.
What was that?
Oh, I interrupted you, mate.
Oh, no, that's just, yeah. That was just,
Okay.
yeah. I was
playing the old Marvel versus Capcom games, Street Fighter and all that. I'd always choose Wolverine because he'd have that berserker rage.
Yeah.
When that berserker rage goes off, boom.
I always tend to, when I play games, I always tend to like to go characters that have guns. I just like to shoot. Punisher would be a good one. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's it for me.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us today, everybody. We will see you next Monday for the next live chat, and we have more videos coming at you throughout the week. And as normal, AussieVerse is for life.